KXSF LP San Francisco. It's time for KXSF Live. My name is Scott. I'm the Ocean Beach Bomber. I'm here with Charlie Stellar.
Hey.
Hey, everything seems to be working. We're going to sit here. Why don't you tell us? Charlie actually lives around the corner.
I know. I'm right over here in Bayview. We left our house and just popped over here, and I'm super happy.
Here in the produce district.
In the produce warehouse aisle.
That's right. Yeah, and she's brought here. She's going to do a bunch of songs and sing, and we're going to talk, and then maybe get some commentary from the peanut gallery here.
I did bring a husband person.
Yeah, that's right. But we're here. And what has brought you here? Why don't you tell us about your journey a little bit to start off?
Yeah, well, I partly describe myself as a recovering classical musician. So I grew up playing piano and playing classical percussion. That's originally what I went to college for. And just reading notes on a page all growing up, just hours and hours and hours a day in a practice room. And I really did enjoy it, but there was never any creative aspect to it. And so it really killed it for me at some point. I went to college for classical percussion and just realized I did not love hitting a triangle the way that my professors loved hitting that. There was actually a triangle moment. It is the moment where he like hits it, goes ding. He's like, oh, listen to that sound. I was like, I'm obviously not where he is on this. Anyway, and so then I dropped music for about 20 years. And because I was just never creative with it, and that is like my heart and soul of everything in my life is to be creative, because I do dance and dance film and visual art and all kinds of art
And then
things.
at that point, you just decided to bring the music back into it and start doing your own music.
Well, this then comes in the Whisker Man moment. So this local band, Whisker Man, I have a good friend that's in the music scene, Jessie Woolitz, and she told me about the show, and it really there was an intuitive hit somehow. Like her and I go to shows every now and again, but she told me about the show, and I was like, I'm in. I'm in. I'll be there. I don't know why.
Feels right. Yeah.
It just felt right. And then when I went to the show, they're an incredible band and kind of this psychedelic. They really call on a lot of the classic rock fundamentals, but they're also modern. But he wails, and they were all wailing, and my body just lit up. My whole body was just yes.
I love this.
Exactly. I love that.
My life is saved by rock and roll.
Well, and then in that moment I was just like, oh my, I just love this in this moment, and then I went back to my life the next day, and then it was like I could not stop thinking about it. Like it would just become an obsession to the point where I was like, I guess I have to do something about this. So then my husband bought me a guitar for Christmas. Shout out to my amazing supportive husband who is always just like, what do you want to do? Yeah, here. And then the guitar is just this magical thing. Like as I know, you play. I heard you talking about playing guitar, and so I can turn off my classical brain with the guitar because I'm not.
It's not this thing that you were forced to do for decades.
Yeah, and it really does. It bypasses. So I can't improvise on piano. I can't improvise. I can't sit down at the piano and just play. But the guitar, I don't know the notes on the fretboard. I just make the shapes and hunt for sounds, and it's the only way I can play by ear. So I'm so grateful to the guitar, and I love joining this club of like, oh yeah, that's why why the guitar is this magical thing to write songs on. I'm like, I get it now.
Yeah, well, that's awesome.
Yeah, so once I started playing, I mean, as soon as the first moment I had the guitar, actually, we were coming from the store, and Dave was like, get it out. We were like in the car. I'm like in the passenger seat. I'm like, I'm not gonna get it out in the car. He's like, get it out. And I just like put down a finger and made one strum, and it was literally like part of a song just dropped in that moment, like a melody and part of a song, and it was just off from there.
Yeah, nice, awesome. Well, let's hear some of it.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, you're here on KXSF Live.
Yeah.
Charlie Stellar here in the studio. She's gonna let us know what happened on that journey.
What happened?
After
I know.
the Whisker
Well,
Man show.
this is great. You'll get to hear this random chord. I put my finger down.
All right, are we going to start with that song
Let's start
that
with
started?
that.
All right.
I think that makes sense.
That's amazing. All right, you listen to KXSF 102.5 FM, San Francisco.
All right. Okay. And the song is called I Thought I Knew. That's the chord, by the way. You only need one finger for this chord. Sold my winter coat, it was a gift. You said we needed it to make ends meet. Thought I knew. I thought I knew. Staying up late, you can't sleep. Instead, you build me something sweet. That's what I knew. I thought I knew. Well, I caught you once, I caught you twice. Wasn't my goal. A bag of pills, something else to wear. I'll get you higher than I know. You could have spelled it out. Well, I still wouldn't doubt our love would see us through. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, I caught you once and I caught you twice. It wasn't my goal. A bag of pills, something else to wear. I'll get you higher than I know. You could have spelled it out. Well, I still wouldn't doubt our love would see us through. Our love would see us through. But somewhere we knew, deep in our bones, that something dark had a hold on you. Had a hold on you. And our love wasn't big enough, no, could never be big enough, no, no love could ever be big enough to save you, to save you. Thought I knew, I thought I knew. I thought I knew, I thought I knew you. All right. Whew, thank you.
All right. We heard the chord. We heard the chord that started
You
it
heard
all.
the chord.
Heard the chord that started it all.
Started it. One finger can make a chord. Yeah, so I still don't really know that many names of chords. I just try and make some shapes and
Right. So do you do like the standard tuning, or do you kind of do like open tunings, kind of your own thing, or?
yeah, so far all in standard.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that there's whole worlds of different tunings.
Yeah, no doubt, no
I
doubt.
get excited about the
And I
idea
definitely
of
see
that.
a lot of people doing the open tuning where it just becomes just like, just a different kind of instrument.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's beautiful too.
It's so versatile. I love seeing what everyone does with it.
Yeah. You ever play with like capo and stuff, or generally like straight up open, letting it ring?
Yeah, letting it ring so far. Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of early on,
Right.
but I just like the idea that there's so far to go, so much room to grow.
Now you also you recorded these songs.
Yeah, I do have all my songs recorded, actually just right in the neighborhood at AR Studios right around the corner here. Adam Ross and we hooked me up. And so those are in production and should come out in a couple months. And I'll have them up on my website at charliestellar.com. And yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I'm excited. I want to get all of these songs into a band form at some time.
Oh, yeah?
But I'm really happy about how they're coming out now and want to document them in their current state, and then have them all kind of be seeds to expand into a band form.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, should we hear some more?
Yeah. I'll play a song called "Days Alive," and part of starting writing music when I'm almost 40 is really in the depths of my midlife crisis. And I think that's part of, what all this comes from, and this feeling of like, oh my gosh, like this homecoming to music, and yet feeling like I could go at any second. Like I'm just starting to write songs. Like I can just feel that my life is not, some spread in front of me like it was when you're in your 20s. So that's part of what this song comes out of. And I am going to share that my husband actually made me an app for this song.
An app for the song.
This song has its own, its very own tiny little app. Because I say the days that I've been alive, and I always use the actual days whenever I sing it. So he made me this little app on my phone so I can just touch it, and it just says like the number of days that I've been alive so far after being born on July 3rd, 1984. So I'll play this song for you now.
Awesome. Here on KXSF.
I woke up this morning, it's a lucky thing. 14,369 days alive on this earth we call home. It makes me wonder, I wonder why. Takes a brush with death for us to feel. Oh, that life is fundamentally fucking short. Oh, so soon we'll be gone. We'll be dust. Oh, we'll be trees. We'll be ashes. We'll be fire. We'll be scattered. We'll be higher. We'll be echoes. We'll be smoke. If we're lucky, we'll be missed. Will we be missed? Maybe someday my son will tell a story about me. After he's gone, well, no one might say nothing. Yeah, this is all we got. Yeah, this is all we got. Yeah, this is all we got. Don't take me yet. This is all we got. I'm just getting started. This is all we got. And this is all we got. I'm just getting started. Take me yet. Don't take me yet. Because I'm here right now and you're here right now. This will never happen again. Don't take me yet. Don't take me yet. Don't take me yet. Yeah. Don't take me yet. Don't take me yet. Don't take me yet. All right. There, I got it in, and I'm not dead yet.
So the app keeps track of how many days that you've been alive. And
Exactly.
You update the song according to you. Do you have to perform the song each day for him?
For myself, actually, I do find, it's like the glory of songwriting and songwriting those songs that are like an anthem for yourself. Mm-hmm. It's like every time I sing that song, it is something that keeps me in touch with being alive and how precious it is. Like every time I sing it, I'm like, yeah, I mean it. And when those melodies come through, it helps me feel it. Like I even if I were never going to perform that song again, I would sing it for myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing about coming into music later. I mean, even though you were trained in music, but like because it's different. I think when you're young, you're trying to envision yourself and you have all these visions of what it means to make music, versus later in life you suddenly realize just the power of music and how you want it in your life for survival and happiness. And
I agree with that. And then I would say as much as I feel like I wish I, being so we have a
You
a
mentioned your
3-year-old.
son.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the
Yeah, my
song.
son's in there, and he's almost 4, and and I'm stoked to be a mom. I love being a mom, and that is what I want to focus my time on. And it leaves very little time for like
Yeah.
trying to start something like a music kind of career and find time to write songs. But I'm hopeful that because I'm older and integrated, and that when I do go to write, they come pretty efficiently. So, as much as I wish I was younger and could be in all the bands and do all the things, like, well, there's something about writing music when you know yourself already. So I'm leaning on that.
Cool. Yeah, it's interesting. I just had somebody in the studio who's a German musician and talking about touring Europe with their kid. They had
Oh,
2
wow.
kids. They were here in a motorhome. They'd gone through Canada, were coming down through, and they were going down through Mexico and into like Chile or something
Wow.
with the family,
Yeah.
stopping and doing these shows.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, to say, actually, my husband's over there smiling because we already own a 40-foot Greyhound bus because my husband used to live in it. He built it out. He took it from scratch, and
You got the tour bus ready
so
to go.
we have a tour bus that we could live in. So
Yeah, this person, Sydney, was saying that it's much easier in the clubs in Europe, that it's very common for there to be a child with the artist traveling, and that there's not like the 21 and over kind of like restrictions around things, and so it's actually much more normal. And then the kid could just be asleep in the green room later, and no big deal.
Yeah, it's more accepted there. Okay, that's great.
It was very interesting to hear that. He's
Dave,
like, we the
Dave
clubs
loves.
here.
That's perfect. Dave loves Europe. That could be our first time. Yeah, well, that's where we can go to tour.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, what's your son's name?
Our son's name is Timmy, which is short for Ultimus.
Oh, Ultimus.
And
What's up, buddy?
I know.
You listening?
I don't know. I couldn't decide if he loves being with Mama so much.
He might not like to
He
hear
might
you
not,
and
yeah.
not see
So we'll play the recording together sometime.
you.
Yeah.
You'll see the little film. We're filming this too.
But
hopefully.
yeah. So he does. He plays drums. He has a Barbie guitar that he rocks out on, and just innately knew how to rock out somehow.
Oh, and you got him a little kit as well. You got a little drum kit.
No, we have a drum set at home because that's also
big
something.
size.
Yeah, big size. So he gets on the big set and rocks out for sure.
Cool.
But yeah, and I actually have a song called "Plight of the Mother," and and it's about my experience being a mom. So I feel like this is a good segue.
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
we know what song's next. All right, you listen to Charlie Stellar here on KXSF 102.5 FM in San Francisco. Yay! All right, well, we are back here with Charlie Stellar here in the studios. I think we're all tuned up. So we're back, and we're going to pick it back up on that song. What's the name of this one again?
Yeah, this song is called "Plight of the Mother."
Plight of the Mother. That's right. Okay, here we go.
I can never put you back in my safest place. I can never put you back in my safest place, where my heartbeat was the only thing, and your heartbeat was the sweetest thing. Floating in my world, safe inside my world. Every day you get farther away from there. Every day you go farther away from there. Mother Nature, you overdid it. I'd give my life, of course, but there's a heartbreak that's embedded, passing on this life force. Too much is too much. Can't hold it all. You know I love him too much, forever and ever it goes. And you know know he won't ever know. God knows he won't unless he has his own. I can't bear to think about it, but this fear is on repeat. They say our very first loss, his mother's heartbeat. But what if it stops before mine? Oh, what if it stops before mine? Mine. It's too much, it's too much. Can't hold it all, you know I love him too much, it's too much. Forever and ever goes. And you know I won't ever go. God knows I won't because he is mine. You know I won't go, even when I die, even when I die. You know I won't go, even when I die. My love won't go at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. Go to sleep, my little baby. Go to sleep, my little baby. You and me and your daddy makes three. Don't you know I love you, baby? Go to sleep, my little baby. Go to sleep, my little baby. You and me and your daddy makes three. Don't you know I love you? There it is. Thank you.
Right. Plight of the Mother. Charlie Stella here on KXSF.
Yeah, I feel like there need to be a lot more like mom rock songs. So this is my tribute. This is my contribution.
Yeah, that is the ultimate job, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's also like just the most badass job. Like I just, I don't know, because they just do everything and they're willing to do whatever, you know, and you, and it's like, it's so physical. You're picking up your baby and you're doing the thing, you're reaching for all the stuff. It's like, it really is a physicality of badassness that I'm like, no matter what, moms are just throwing it down.
I definitely developed a left hand having a kid. Like I was never like ambidextrous before that. And so then that helped me when I started eventually playing music.
Oh, that's awesome.
That I had a left hand because you start doing everything, you know, one-handed.
Right. You're like, oh, God.
Yeah.
You started practicing the skills for that.
Yes, I do think that parenting and motherhood is, I mean, parenting in general, but motherhood, you have the whole process before birth.
Yeah,
it's
it's an extra layer. And I know, I mean, my husband's an incredible dad, and I know some other amazing dads and solo dads out there. And yeah, and then there's a lot of folks with the dad is not there, you know. So so moms hold it down.
Yeah. Well, I was definitely a parent of a single mother, and yeah, you just realize. I mean, she was like, you know, would do anything for her kid, and you know, you understand. I mean, everybody's like that, but like I think the mother has a connection where like literally they will do anything for their kid.
And you know, and maybe that is something about that like deep physicality, you know,
Yes.
the evolution of creating a person with your own body.
I think so.
It is.
It's a huge level.
Well, and that's what for me I touch on in that song is that I really feel like it's like more than necessary. It's like so much. The love is so much that I feel like it can just be overwhelming. Like I can barely think about it because it's I that's why I feel like it's hardwired so so deeply. I'm like, I don't think it needs to be that much. Like I could love him a lot less and still do a great job. You know?
Yeah, no doubt. And it's hard. I think I also only had one child, and because it was always like, oh my God, this one's such a huge universe. The other one could be a universe that goes a totally different direction. And I'm not sure if I'm prepared for both of those things at the same time.
I know, man. I give it up to the parents with more than one.
I know.
You
See it,
know.
and oh my God, you hear some people that have like more than four or something. I can't even imagine. Like,
Yeah, or
kinda,
just like a different time. You know, I know my mom had 4 siblings,
Yeah.
and it was no big deal at the time. But, oh my gosh, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, and I'm curious if you went through this too. You know, like the music scene is, it's a late night situation.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm finding that to be quite challenging.
And we make a joke about just party till 11 o'clock. You know, that's like a good night.
Yeah. Like I went to the Jolie Holland show in.
I love her new record so much.
Yeah, so I got to, and I didn't catch the whole thing because I was like, you know,
Obligations.
obligations and parenthood. And I also I was excited about being here today. But yeah, she's amazing, and it was at the Ivy Room, which we talked about earlier.
Really? No, was that you talking about? Was that last night?
Yeah, last night.
Jolie Holland was at the Ivy Room last night.
She was.
I had no idea.
Well, thanks again big shout out to my friend Jesse Woolitz, who introduced me to both Whisker Man and Jolie Holland.
Oh yeah, I've been listening to Haunted Mountain record a lot lately. It's
Awesome.
so good.
Yes.
Yeah, wow. And yeah, I love the Ivy Rooms too. That's amazing they have that show there.
Yeah, so women like her are and other vocalists, but I've just noticed it more in women, where there's a lot going on in their voice. Like that's what's super exciting for me to listen to. So like I think her voice is fascinating, and I love like Janis Joplin or Joni Mitchell or all of them, where it's like there's just so much going on and all these details, and so that's something that I strive for and I'm excited about. Singing is finding all the different ways to make the sounds.
And so the singing was never a part of your earlier musical career? It was all like...
It was, but not seriously. Like I grew up in like musicals and stuff.
Right, so you do like kind of structured singing.
Structured singing, maybe a
pitch
little
and
bit
tone.
of choir here and there. My mom's an amazing singer, and her and I would just grow up sitting at the piano and kind of singing together. Actually, like one of our sort of family stories about that, because I do have a naturally high voice, and that's part of this journey recently is like I didn't know I could sing low at all. And when I first told my husband that I wanted to sing rock music, he was like a little bit like he'd heard me sing, and it's just very, like what I had sung so far was just kind of high and pretty sounding, and I just had no idea that there was a whole other lower register that I could sing in. So that's been, it's so exciting to find something inside yourself that you had no idea was there. Like that is just, that in itself has just been thrilling. I'm happy just with that. But yeah, growing up, I had such a high voice, and my mom and I would sit in the piano, and she literally thought I couldn't sing at all because she has a really low voice. She sings with like the tenors in like a full choir. Like she would sing with the men. Her voice is super low. So she was just, even when she's just singing around the house, she naturally just starts a melody really low, and I literally couldn't sing it with her. And she, for a long time, just thought, oh gosh,
Didn't get it.
Geez, yeah, exactly. My daughter just didn't get the singing gene, And then one time we sat down on the piano and she started going higher and higher, and I could go, all the way up to high C and beyond. She's like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So, yeah, my mom's, I've got a show coming up. My mom's going to come down for. It's a private show, so unfortunately I'm not doing a lot of promotion around it, but she's going to come down and see me play live, so I'm excited about that.
And don't forget, you can go to charliestellar.com to kind of keep track of shows. CharlieStellar.
That's right. Yeah, and we've been great. Again, it's like my husband is my tech support, and he's great about keeping things up to date on my website. So I'm cooking up some shows for January and February, and being excited to play more.
All right. Cool. Well, let's hear some more here live here on KXSF 102.5 FM, San Francisco. We're listening to Charlie Stellar here in the studio. We really thank everybody that's listening, because when you're listening, you're kind of being a part of our little community here. Anyway.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Yes.
Being with me today. Yeah, we did some mom stuff, and now we'll get into some dad stuff. I'm still here after Dad's long gone now. It's not clear Oh, why I'm spinning in these cycles, acting as if something I could have done would have made you stay. The only power I ever had was to get out of the way. I wonder why it was so easy for you to leave. When you're a child, it was cold and lonely with your stunted heart. Well, then you raised a family. Growing up, I know you did your best. I thought for always. Well, I grew up. Suddenly you take it away. I wonder why it was so easy for you to leave. And to only I should have been the one leaving. I should have been the one leaving home. Instead it was you, instead it was you, instead it was you. How is your new life? How is your new life? How is your new wife? Don't you worry your head, don't you worry your head. I'll just pretend you're dead.
All right. Guess that was a little emergency test of the emergency broadcast system. To wrap that song, I was like, boy, that's a interesting little device you got there on your guitar.
Wow, that did not come out in sound check. Yeah, I think there's an alarm, like too much dad issues. Pull it, pull it back. This is live radio here.
That's right. Well, it's good to know that system's working.
Yeah, thank goodness. Right. Wow, I feel more at ease after that lovely sound.
Yes. We're lucky. And actually, there's a little machine that documents everything, so I don't have to physically do anything. It kind of does it by itself, but there's all these like rules around that. But luckily, we have a little machine that does it. So thank you.
Thanks
you.
To the machine.
Thanks to KXSF and that's why we need support from listeners. We have to buy little things like this and pay rent. So press the donate button. All right. So what else do you want to talk about? What else we got going on?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll put a shout out. I mean, I want to get a band together, and unfortunately, I want it to be a large band. I definitely want a rhythm section. I want a badass electric guitar player, can throw down. But I also really crave the horns, and I would love to have like some sax, some trumpets. I love the bands that also have the horns, and there's not a ton of them out there right now.
Yeah, there's a band, Combrio.
Yes.
I was there. A couple of the members. I was doing an event last night.
Nice.
So they had saxophone and trumpet. And,
it's so good. I feel like it adds so much. So I'm really excited to take these songs and then, add in all the juiciness of the other instruments.
Yeah, so. Yeah. It's fun to kind of flesh it out like that and expand it.
Yeah.
Cool. But then the recording that you've done now is just essentially guitar, pretty raw stuff.
Yeah, it's the raw stuff. The raw stuff that you're hearing right now, which I like, which I love. I'm so glad that I can just take my guitar around and I do like the songs as they are. I feel like they're good.
Right. But you can hear the other stuff in it.
I can hear the other stuff,
right.
And
cool.
I want the full sound and the experience and and I mean for some reason I guess Dave Matthews Band or something has gone out of style. I still think they're incredible, and to me it's like it's that kind of thing where all the musicians are amazing, and I get so much out of all the other instruments, not just the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a love song to sing. So trigger warning, it might be very,
Which,
it
by
might
the
be
way,
very
we
sweet.
apologize for the little expletive that went through an earlier song. We can't curse on the radio. FCC violation.
Oopsie. I think that was like the first
So yeah,
time it played.
yeah. Just change those
Oh.
words to fudge and.
Oh, see, this is good learning for me.
Yes,
I'm
so we
sorry,
apologize. Hopefully,
everyone.
nobody was offended by that.
Oh, deep apologies from me, Charlie Stellar, on KXSF.
Right. So we're gonna get into some love songs. Everybody needs a good love song.
Everyone needs a good love song, yeah. So it might be sappy, it might be sweet, but it's true. So I had to write it.
All right. Listen to KXSF.
And he's in the room right now, so I don't even have to, send it out across the airwaves. He can just soak it up in this room. It's. I'm sorry, Scott. This song is not about you. Thank goodness. This interview might have gone a very different direction. I know you're the one, forever my one. 'Cause the bigger and better I'll be, the deeper your love for me. I was traveling the desert, not looking for no one, not nobody, no how. Just riding the ups and the downs of my life that I known. I went to this dance with the people all up on me. I gotta get out of here. And then there was you. Hey, I live in an RV, you live in a bus, so really that's cute. I couldn't stop smiling, I couldn't stop laughing. Look at me swoon. When we fell, I tried to hide away from your love, but you kept loving me up. Your heart wouldn't give up, you wouldn't let me put myself down. No, 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 I know you're the one, forever my one. 'Cause the bigger and better I'll be, the deeper your love for me. Oh, for me. On top of the bus, you said you were looking, you'd spent your life searching for the one. Thought to myself, well, damn, I hope he finds her. Little did we know, little did we know. You're the one, forever my one. Yeah, that's the bigger and better I'll be, the deeper your love for me. Oh, for me. Oh, yeah, for me. I don't believe in that crap. There's only one person for you. But I know the person for me. Thank you. His name is Dave Stellar, and he's sitting on this couch right now. Actually, I was thinking, I know, true story.
Wait, were you
Can
in a
I say-
motorhome when you met him and he was on a bus?
I know. Well, I do. I do reference when we met in our first conversation. Is it okay to pull him up for the story of how we met?
Certainly. We can grab this other mic here.
All right. I think it's only fair. Like, if I'm going to tell this story, that we should.
Letting me get a microphone for this.
That's true. I could just tell it without, huh? And then I could just tell my side. Well, I've already done it.
It's worth noting this is not the first rock song, or love song written about me, but it's the first one that somebody else has written.
See, he's making me laugh already.
That is true. If everybody thought I was as funny as my wife did, I'd be a stand-up comic. True story.
I do feel like that. I feel like he's so funny to me that I feel like I get my own private stand-up comic in my life.
Well, that's good though. I mean, that's the heart of a good relationship if you can make each other laugh. Probably.
That's good. I know. I think I make you laugh
You make
too.
me laugh.
Yeah. It's just the ratio is not quite the same.
You make me laugh.
But yeah, so when we met, it's true. Like Dave was living in this 40-foot Greyhound bus, and I was traveling in an RV that I was living in, and that was like part of our.
And it was cute.
It was a meet cute where we met at a dance, and I was trying to get off the dance floor, and it was my first time out of this partner dance.
I think it's worth we both do partner dance now. Charlie has done other dance and went partner dancing in San Francisco at this great venue.
Shout out to my brother Jesse Olsen for getting me out to the
Getting
dance.
her out right before
Thank
she
you
was
for all
about
this.
to leave San Francisco and possibly out of my life forever. And she goes to this dance and she made the foolish newbie move of being a beautiful new woman at the dance who got stuck in the back corner and kept trying. It's true. I kept trying to leave and people kept.
Asking me to dance. I was like, oh my gosh, I just felt overwhelmed, and I was like, I need to like get a break here. And so I was like, I guess I have to say no to dances. And I was like, oh no, thank you, no thank you. I'm like making my way off the dance floor, and then by the like.
Well, I think it's worth noting. I'd come in maybe a half hour earlier, and I'd seen you, and I was like, wait, I'm gonna have to.
Okay, no expletives on the
I'm
radio.
gonna use the verb dance. I'll be dancing with her later. Was exactly what I thought. We'd make this a kid-friendly show.
Yeah, and anyway, so I was saying
I was going up to the dance floor in the middle of this story, and
I literally just said no to like 4 or 5 people when they asked me to dance.
And then I said, hey, do you want to dance?
And
I caught you right at the end.
I know, and I was like, right as I was like literally about to step off the dance floor, I've almost made it. And he came on and he asked me to dance, and I was like, I was literally so taken with his like handsomeness.
Oh, there you go.
I was like, and his whatever the energy was, I was like, yeah.
Actually,
it's like 4 guys upset.
The replay was more like this. It was like, do you want to dance? And she was like, okay.
I know, which sounds terrible.
And I said, it did. So I said, you could do better than that. Do you want to dance or not? And then you said, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and
so that sounds terrible, but the internal truth of it is, I was like so taken with you. Yeah.
And was it right there? So like kind of like, did it pretty much start right away?
Pretty much. It pretty much just.
We felt pretty fast.
Yeah. Can I tell them about the
let's skip
other
forward.
part? Okay,
let's
so
skip
then
forward
there's
let's skip forward to
there's
the next day.
No, the really great part.
No, we don't have to. I think that and that's time, right?
We have time. So we had all this great conversation talking about how we were both. Oh my God, we're both, nomads. And it's so exciting
We danced a few times.
We danced a few times. We had great conversation.
Can I at least?
No, maybe later. You can explain. See, you're right. I shouldn't have given you. For show, we want the drama of it, which is that I was like, he hadn't asked for my number, and I was like, oh, like I was embarrassed. Then I was like, I have to ask for his number, so I go over, and I ask him for his number, and he pulls out my phone, and he goes to clear the screen. And on the screen is my Facebook page, and he had already researched me, found me on Facebook, and had checked out my Facebook page.
Thank you for listening to KXSF Live. This is 102.5 FM. This show is.
So in other words, he was slightly stalking you at the moment.
It was like the best kind of stalking, right? If you we always say
if you're attracted to someone, it's not stalking. It's love.
I was like, oh, I was like excited inside, and then I was not so embarrassed about asking for my
Thanks
number.
for putting this on the forever internet.
Yes,
I appreciate that.
Yes, I've done it.
No, it's worth noting the phone I had at the time. First of all, oh my God, there's a lot here. No, I found out that your brother was this guy Jesse, who we had common friends. I'm like, oh, I bet I can find so I brought up Jesse and found you on Facebook, and then you came over and I put my phone away and you asked for my number. Let's not forget that beautiful moment.
True.
She asked for my number,
happen.
and I took out my phone knowing that my phone has this habit of just sometimes freezing. Like every few months, that phone would just suddenly freeze like a deer in headlights. And I took my phone out. I'm like, I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to hit the home button right away. We're going to be fine. And I turn turn it on, and I start hitting the home button. I'm just hitting the home button, and it's just her picture.
Frozen on her
Just right
page.
there.
Like, oh, there I
Oh, my
am.
God.
Yay.
But I could tell by her response we were okay.
Yeah, it turned out okay, and I just want to know while I have you here, and all the listeners across the board, that I would wish it for everyone that they have someone in their like that supports them this way. Like I was saying, everything, especially like music. I mean,
No, you need support as a human being, as an artist, at every level.
you need it anywhere you can get it, and I'm so grateful that my partner and my person in life believes in my music and in wanting me to try anything, and he I am telling the truth. I almost swore and I held back. Woo. But like he really wants to hear all my songs all the time. Like like he doesn't get tired of them and really wants to hear me play, and so that's good because I play him every night. So
Yeah.
that's
I'll
it
support
works out
anything-
for both of us.
Anything Charlie wants to try, like she does lots of different types of art. She could probably talk for hours about not music art that she does. But anything she wants to try, I support, but whether it's going to work out or not. But like for me, when she started playing music and I heard her songs and I realized they were stuck in my head all the time, that's when I knew she had to like just keep going.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're back here in the studio with Charlie Stellar. We got a few more songs here, and you want to just go? Oh, yeah, she's up and ready to go. So we're gonna jump back into the music.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, I'm checking my head for curse words, but I think we're good on this one. I was gonna say, yeah. So we're gonna move from daddy issues to granddaddy issues. So we're gonna hype it up even more. Here we go. If I could reach back through time, I'd give you more than just my mind. I'd kill you. You've been dead a long time. It doesn't mean that you're off the line. No, I'd still kill you. Oh, yeah. She could never do that to you. She would never do that to anyone. She could never do that to you. She would never, could never do that to anyone. And I wish I could hold that little girl, and I wish I could take her away, but you can't take away the pain. You can't give it back again. Her first time. I'd kill you, I'd kill you.
All right. Again, you're listening to Charlie Stellar here on KXSF. KXSF Live. And don't forget her website, charliestellar.com.
Yeah. Check it out. And yeah, I mean, I've just fallen in love with writing songs. I've never been a word person. I've always felt like words are hard is the phrase I use. Words are hard for me. But I love writing songs, and I love that, yeah, like in a song you can maybe say things in a way you wouldn't just say to a person, or it can take on a life of its own beyond just the thought, and then that's like the gift in itself. So I'm really, really grateful to finding songwriting.
We're grateful you came in here and share it with us. How many more do you have?
I've got one more. Yeah,
one more?
one more. Yeah.
Got one more.
And I would say it's like a epitome of being actually a very feely person and not word person. So maybe it's kind of ironic to write words on that. I don't know. But speaking of ironic, I would say that now it's getting ironic because I feel like this is not the right use of the word ironic, but Alanis Morissette is one of my greatest influences. That like I think that she is the first, like really first music where I felt like I really listened to it on my own, like away from my kind of parents or in the household where I would like put it on in my room and stay up late and know every single lyric and yeah, and I think it's been kind of a coming back. Like I watched the documentary on her recently on the Jagged Little Pill, and that's the first time I'd ever like seen her perform live, and it's brought a whole new appreciation about like her being a real person, and that's the when I go to see live music. I love the performers where I feel like they're not performing, they're just really being as real as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when you can be comfortable in that stage is like your living room. I think that's when somehow artists shine.
Yeah.
Like something about that ability to just transform and be as totally themselves in that spotlight.
And I think there's some performers that are a lot more performative, like they're comfortable and it's more of a showy situation, you know, like if you go to see a pop star, like there's a lot of, you know, a lot of great dancing and a lot of choreography and a lot of, you know, kind of showiness of it. And I really appreciate those that can just bear themselves, and then that ends up being very like that ends up being performative and exciting to watch, but without making it something it's not. So so that's why Brandi Carlile as well is like a big influence of mine. Like she just seems so real. Anytime I see her perform with other people, and just every time she opens her mouth, I'm like, I just feel like she's being.
Yeah, I think she's pretty amazing. And you mentioned Joni Mitchell. There's a recording of the Joni Mitchell that recording that she did with her at that live show.
Yeah,
it's just
y'all
amazing.
have not heard
The joy when they all start singing it. You can feel the joy that they are singing with her. I mean, it's an incredible recording. It's Joni Mitchell's. I can't remember. It's something from like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, well, they just did like
recorded-
in the canyon where they did a series of shows at the Gorge, but then I think a couple years ago before that, she brought her out to like a folk festival. It's like something folk festival.
Right.
I don't know.
And
Look at
there's a recording of that out, and it's amazing because all of a sudden the songs start opening up and everybody starts joining in, and you can just feel all the musicians and singers the joy that they're having.
yeah.
In
For
that
those of you
song
that
with her.
don't
and then
know,
and then she's so amazing. Her music's so amazing.
she's amazing, and Brandi Carlile, it's through Brandi Carlile singing her songs and befriending her that brought her back out to perform. So
right.
if you're a fan, like go out, find that footage. It's incredible.
She's helped a lot of people. I remember Dave Alvin saying that he played. She got him to play on a song like back in the 90s or 2000s, and it kind of helped bring him back into the fold. And,
yeah,
he's
I
totally
love that.
active.
People lifting each other up. So.
Yeah, she's pretty powerful.
All
right, well, let's get to that song before we run out of time.
Let's
here.
do it.
Here on KXSF Live with Charlie Stellar. We got a little bit more.
Wanna get up off my knees, let feeling good take over me, give over to this ease, let it wash through me. Wanna get high down, get high down, get high down, get high down, down in the gutter. Feel the weight, feel the feel the shadow of another, feel the anger raging, throwing me around, giving over to the ugliest, darkest sound. Wanna get high down, get high down, get high down, get high down. Don't try to fix it, just let me have my feelings. Don't try to fix me, just let me be with my feelings. Know just what to do. I'll know just what to do when I get high down, get high down, get high down, Get high down. Or I am. It's taken me a long time to get here. It's taken me my whole life through. And I'm still learning to do it. I'm still learning how to be Thank you. Thanks so much.
Yay. All right. Well, we want to thank Charlie and Dave for coming down here. What a great show.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks
Yeah.
so much for having us.
Yeah,
Really
thank you.
appreciate
It was great. KXSF Live. Don't forget, if anybody wants to play on KXSF Live, you can just send an email to KXSFlive@kxsf.fm. It'll get to me.